Welcome to the first installment of the interview that I did with Victoria Sardain, who is a wellness coach and personal trainer, as well as a wonderful digital talent. This was an interview that I hosted via Zoom before confinement in a cafe in Lausanne while Victoria was traveling in Mexico. And this is the first in the series of Entrepreneurs in Conversation with Faces of the Frontier. Enjoy.
So now you like to talk with your hands. Your talker. Well, how are you, Victoria?
I am good.
That is good to hear. I'm glad that you accepted my invitation to talk about freelancing today.
Of course, I'd love to. Always up for it.
I'm looking for my notes. They're not in the right place, so that's not going to help us, is it? And I first kind of wanted to start with asking you how you got into freelancing and kind of what your path was, and was it something you were expecting to happen? Were you planning for it? Was it part of your strategy? Did you have a strategy? All of these questions that come to mind when I think of you and freelancing.
So, I don't know, I guess it's kind of a mix because I always knew that, or I guess not always, but let's say once I was nearing the end of my university life, I knew that I did not want to be an employee and I wanted to be self-employed. But I always thought it was something I'd be doing later on in life. It kind of always seems like what a lot of people do is you start in the corporate world, and when you have the experience and you have the know-how and you have the contacts, then you can launch yourself freelancing. People have this idea, like, who the hell am I to freelance my services, to be a consultant or any of that, when I haven't really worked yet. So it was always kind of my plan to do that later on.
Okay. Do you have people in your family that are entrepreneurs or freelancers?
No, we're not massively entrepreneurial in the family.
Okay.
Funnily enough, now my dad freelances as well.
Okay.
But I think it's more because he's older and, he's gotten to the point where he wants to be more free and he wants to be able to maybe start like reducing how much time he's working and kind of like easing into retirement and things like that. So that kind of made sense from that point of view. But not necessarily entrepreneurial in the family.
Okay.
And
inspired maybe a little bit.
Yeah, maybe as well. I guess I never really thought of myself as someone massively entrepreneurial, and it was never really a plan until I was in university. I mean, I did the École de Lausanne, which has a huge entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
And a lot of people after EHL go straight into building their own business. So I think that's really something that inspired me. And when I graduated, my initial plan was to kind of take 1 year off, really relax, because I don't usually do that very much. So I like having a million things going on, and I told myself for 1 year, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be super relaxed. I'm going to do nothing but like teach yoga and do personal training. And that's it. And that lasted maybe like a week. So before, obviously couldn't manage that. And things kind of just fell into place for me, luckily enough. Like opportunities kind of came. I got some offers to do some freelance work right off the bat. And when I got one offer for freelance work, it was like, okay, well, I guess I'm setting myself up as an independent or do this work. If I'm going to set myself up as an independent to do this work, then I should get other clients while I'm at it. And it just kind of led itself. So I wasn't planning it more for the future, wasn't planning it for now, but things fell into place that kind of told me, okay, well, the opportunities are here, you might as well just do it now.
Yeah. Okay. And so when was that actually?
So that was a year and a half ago.
Okay. Would you say that, unprepared question, just coming to me like that, would you say that digital has had a big role or impact in you being able to freelance?
Totally, because it just would not have been possible otherwise. I mean, one of the things that I've always said is I want to be able to work from anywhere. So that also probably ties in with just my upbringing in general. So I've had a super international upbringing. We've always moved around a lot. And I love the idea of not being attached to one location. And that's always something that I've had in my mind. And I think that's just more and more available, obviously, with digital. And it's more and more common, and it's really nice because then you actually are able to meet other people who are doing the same thing as you. And even when I was at university, I remember I didn't understand people that were working in uni. To me, it was like, no, I want to go work in a cafe. I just love like the hustle and bustle of just having people around me, like on their
Yeah.
laptops doing their own thing. And that was the kind of work life that I saw myself in.
Did you
So
ever?
yeah.
A lot of people start freelancing as kind of like a side hustle. Do you have that? Do you have any recommendations for people who like want to start freelancing or?
I think it's a good way to do it is to start with it on the side, because I think that it can be a little bit scary. And with anything new, it's just you just have to do it once, and you just have to do it a little bit to understand. Oh, it's possible, and I'm not crazy. And when you do it a little bit, then that can really spur you into doing it more and to feeling more comfortable with it. So I do really think it's actually a good thing to start with it on the side.
Yeah.
I think with freelancing in general, I mean, what's scary about it is the insecurity. So if you can have that juggle of something secure with something maybe less secure, and that really balances it out. I have one of my contracts, which is like a steady 2-day week ongoing contract, and I know I have that 2-day week income every single week. And that's something that definitely makes me feel a lot better about it and allows me to then take on maybe riskier projects. To know that, okay, worst case, if I have a dip and I have nothing else, well then for that month I'm getting some income, and I'm still going to be okay.
Yeah. So that's like, for example, if you talk about some of your projects that people may know, it's like the brunch club, for example. Would you say that that's something that you started? Would you have been able to start that if you hadn't been a freelancer?
No. So all of those projects I definitely only was able to do because I was freelance and because I have the time, I guess, available, where I'm able to say like, okay, you know what, this month I'm swamped with other projects, therefore I won't do a brunch club event, but next month it's maybe a little bit more quiet, so I can. So it's really just those fluctuations that allow me to then take on projects that are, I guess, fluctuating themselves and able to just kind of like fit in the dips and the drops.
Interesting, because that's something that we both definitely wanted to talk about is like what skill sets are required, and you mentioned fluctuation, and I call it a roller coaster. Fluctuation is much nicer. These roller coasters are kind of scary. But
Some people love them.
Yeah. So I mean, you either hate them or you love them. So I mean, are there aspects of being a freelancer that maybe you hadn't anticipated, like things you wouldn't put down on a CV, or you mentioned this fluctuation? Like, what does that look like for you? Are you able to prepare for it? I know you're somebody who likes to be structured, organized, and prepared. Like, does the fluctuation scare you?
Well, I think, funnily enough, when I first started, when you start something new, it's always exciting. So you get the kind of buzz of it. And after maybe a few months, all of a sudden I had this feeling like, I feel like the not knowing and the insecurity and the instability, like it's just not stopping. And I remember someone telling me like, yeah, it doesn't get better, you just get used to it. And
you always talk about flow. You always talk about flow. So is roller coaster
everything's an ebb and flow, everything goes up, everything goes down. And I think that the most important thing is just knowing yourself and knowing what you're like and knowing what you can deal with and what you can't deal with. So the way I kind of see it is, I mean, freelancing is freedom, which is amazing and is obviously the huge positive part. And I think that's why most people are drawn to it. But on the counter side, freedom is insecurity and instability.
Responsibility.
And it's just knowing what kind of person you are and how are you going to deal with that instability. So I think you can kind of go about it one of two ways. So I'm someone who really likes structure, which is weird that I'm in freelancing, but I guess in a way
it's weird that we get along.
Yeah, exactly, because literally opposite, and we do similar things. So it just shows that there isn't just one type, like you can go about it a different way, but the most important thing is just knowing how you deal with it. So either you're going to deal with the instability by creating like a ridiculous amount of structure around you. So funnily enough, I think that since going freelance, I've gotten even more like strict and rigid.
Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, and if you found this useful, share it with your friends.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And
thank you.
I hope you have a beautiful day.
And you as well. See you.
Ciao.